It's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie, and I am using the Eco Park Born to Travel collection. And this is the third layout that I've done using this collection, and it has been perfect for getting some of my US trip photos from last year's done. So, in fact, I think I've now ticked off all my Memphis layouts I wanted to do, which is great. And I'm also using a few elements from the Hey Little Magpie March Embellishment Kit as well. So I'm back to a multi-photo layout here with 12 little photos. And I'm just going to create a block using all 12. So 3 rows of 4. And I'm just mounting them on the red pattern paper here. And I you know what? I can't remember the name of this red pattern paper. Apologies for that. Okay, so mounted, I've distressed the edges, and now I'm just looking at the other pattern papers and how I'm going to layer this up behind. So I'm starting off with this, but I do change my mind, and you'll see that shortly. So I start here. This is the blue, the arrows. It's called Elements. I've got that little bit of map paper there, the pale blue. And then I've got the yellow gingham. That one's called Flying Airplanes. You can see where I was going, but I do sort of shift a little bit from that idea in the end. So now here we go. I have a few pieces of the yellow gingham. I've got the green geotags, which is called tourist license plates, and I've still got that the one with the blue arrows on it. So I'm going to layer those up. I think I was sort of thinking before that I would go with a more central design, but I'm not. I'm sort of going to move the design into this sort of corner, if you like, and then just lay out the pattern papers below the photos there. So happy with that. And then I brought in the embellishment. So I've got the ephemera, and I'm just layering up different bits and pieces here. So I've got sort of they're like journaling cards. To the right there, I've got the ones at the top, the travel log. There's another one that says love this place. And I've actually just used a craft knife to cut around the corners of the arrow under place. And then that's just sitting over my photos. And then I've brought in, we've got some of the floral. These are the stickers from the sticker sheet. And I have de-stickered everything because it works easier for me when I'm placing things around my layer, and I'm never going to stick anything flat anyway. So yeah. I've also brought in, I've got the little yellow fabric heart, and at the top, I've got a paper clip. It's a book, and they're from the embellishment kit. So at the moment, I'm just sort of placing everything until I'm sort of happy with how things look. And then once I'm happy, I can go back and start to stick everything down. And there we go. I was just bringing in my camera so I could take a photo so I remember what I was doing. Okay, so I can get things stuck down now. So trusty T-square coming in, so I know that everything is nice and straight. Could not possibly have a wonky line, could I? No. Okay. I think the thing with this collection, which I hadn't really looked at before, and it's not the newest of the Echo Park collections, but it's got really nice bold colours, and actually it works really, really well with the sort of travel photos that I was working with, because there's lots of colours in a lot of my travel photos that I had from the US. So it's not like I'm needing to try and sort of pick up a particular colour scheme or anything like that. And I just felt the pops of the sort of more primary colours worked really, really well with it. So and then there's lots of like travel icons and that work, and you can make work with it. Even though on the sticker sheet you can see there's like a Big Ben, and then there's I think there was an Eiffel Tower and different things like that. That's fine. I can use those in something else at a later date, so that's absolutely okay. Sometimes you can end up just using things really tucked underneath as a layer, so you don't really know what it was, but it just creates another layer in a different color. So yeah. Okay, so I'm getting things stuck down. My photos I have backed with foam pads totally, so that they're completely raised. I don't always do that. I often leave the bottom edge flat, but with a larger block like this, I find that raising them all up seems to work better. Okay, got papers down and those top journaling tags, so I can start to work on this cluster here on the right side. And just trimming off that little journaling card now that I've got things stuck down. Again, you'll see I'm just adding glue to that center. I'm curving up the edges of those different pieces of ephemera so that I get that dimension that I do like to get on my layouts. And then this one I've added foam pads to, so again, more dimension. This is definitely not for you if you like to get a lot of layouts into an album, because I definitely don't. But I love dimension and texture and all that sort of thing. So that really doesn't bother me. I just, yeah, it's just, you know, I guess the style that I like. But that is really up to you. If you want to stick flat, that's absolutely fine too. Okay, just keeping layering up the different ephemera pieces, getting things stuck down, bringing in the fabric heart. So that creates a different texture, which is really lovely. And then finishing off that cluster at the top. At the moment, I haven't done anything at the bottom, but you will see I think in just a moment. Here we go. Oh no, not quite. Now I've got the pom-pom trim, so I'm bringing that in as well. That is also from the embellishment kit, and I love the little pop of yellow that it gives as well. And it sort of balances because I've got the yellow over on the other side with the fabric heart, so it gives me a bit more yellow over on this side as well. So yeah, just a little bit of pom-pom trim there, and then again, I think in a moment you'll see, here we go, the bottom cluster. So I did decide in the end that I needed something at the bottom. So I've just again brought in some of the ephemera. I've got some of the cardstock stickers, and now some of the pieces are actually, there's some chipboard stickers on the adhesive brad set. So I've got the little suitcase areas from that. And then I've added some adhesive brads around into each of the clusters. I've already got those at the top. I've also added a title. I did that off camera. I can't even remember why. I'm actually away at a scrapbook weekend, and so everything's a bit different. Your camera's set up differently, which is why sometimes things move a little bit, unfortunately. Anyway, I've got the Home of the Blues title there. It's an older alpha that I've used. I do change up how it looks, so I move the blues over to next to the rather than stacked down like that. So you'll see that, I think, coming up in just a moment. But I'm just finishing off with that last little adhesive brad that I'm sort of popping in under there that says travel. And yeah, and then other than that, it's really just adding my journaling. Here you go. Here is the final layout. So you can see how I switched the title slightly. Here are some of the close-up details. And I really hope you've enjoyed watching this layout and get some inspiration for using the fabulous KIREI Born to Travel collection. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.